for a harvest. And I believe with all my heart, this harvest is here. It's waiting on us, the workers, to get out there, to get in the field and bring them in. They're not, well, yes, God has got to be in it. Yes, we're going to let God lead us into what to do. But they're out there. If you're picking cotton, if you're picking corn, whatever you're picking, whatever you're harvesting, if you don't go out there and you don't get it, it's not going to come to you. You got to go and get it. Yes, we reap what we sow, but we also reap what we don't sow. You know, the Bible states to us that not only will we reap the good things that we sow, you know, we're going to reap others as well. You know, it's in that class that there's bringing the harvest, but few harvesters. It says in Matthew 9 and 37 and 38, says, Then saith he unto his disciples, this is Jesus talking. These words are his words. The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth his laborers into his harvest. Yes. You know, and then again in Luke 10 and 2, it says, Therefore say he unto them, the harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his land. You know, that lets me know right there, if it's important enough to go in this book once, yes, it's important. But this is in this book twice. I mind you, twice. And then it means that harvest again in those scriptures that I've read to you. That lets me know that it's time. There is going to be a time that it's left up there. We got to go out there and bring in lost ones, lost souls. And it's that time. It's the time right now that we need to reach lost souls. It's that time, people. It's not going. They're not going to. You know, they're not going to feel that God on their own. We got to tell them. That's what ministers are for. That's what pastors are for. We got to reach out to them. We got to let them know. We got to love them. We got to show compassion to them. You know, my God, he didn't go to the rich folks. He went to the people that no one would go to. Yes, there might have been a few rich ones in there, but you know, but he went to the ones that people were turning their back on. That's the ones he can use. He can use those people that have just turned their back on people that turn their back on. He can use those people. You know, I want to read just a few more scriptures. I think. Thank you. I just want to read you this little thing that it just, I've heard it, and it's just something that it's just, it gets me every time, because it's so true. Now there's a lot of you out there that's probably thinking right now, what can I do? I'm just an ordinary person. I don't have riches. I can't do anything. I don't have much. I've sinned. I've done everything in the book. I'm not worthy. You know what? I'm not worthy either. You know, I've never been worthy, and I won't be worthy. The Bible says we've all fallen short of the glory of God. It lets me know that my God has mercy. That's why he laid on the cross. That's why he stretched his arms out. That's why he suffered. That's why he took stripes. That's why he wore that crown of thorns upon his head. He bore all that shame. That's why he hung those 6 hours on that cross. For me, for you, because our sins were so deep. Our sins were overtaking us so much. But he loved us enough to do that. And I think that we need to show him enough love to reach out to lost people, to lost souls. And bring them in. You know, the greatest commandment in the book is to love one another as yourself. I mean, most people have to have someone lead them to God. And you pass that person because that person showed you the light when you were in darkness. They led you to God, showed you the person. who can help you in any circumstance. There's people out there like you, like me today, that are suffering, that are dying in sin. It's time for us to reach out to them and bring them in. It's not time for us to sit down, folks. It's not time for us to give up. It's time for us to stand firm on what we believe. And it's time for us to reach out to those who no one else will. If we will reach out to those that no one else cares about, no one else wants, God will send us the ones that everyone wants. You know, those of you who think you're unworthy, and don't think that you're fit to do anything, let's remember the crazy heroes of our Bible. The ones that God used to use mightily in the Bible. Noah. Yes, Noah. Noah who built the ark. Noah was a drunk. Abraham was too old. Isaac was a daydreamer. Jacob was a liar. To those of you out there who said, I'm a liar, I've lied too much. Guess what? Jacob did too. But God still used him. But Jacob, he had to wrestle with an angel to get what he wanted. He wanted something from God. He wanted his life changed. But he got his life changed. He got an age change too. He changed to Israel. Leo is ugly. So if you all don't think you think you're not the prettiest stickler in the pond, that's okay. God still can use you. Jacob was abused. Moses couldn't talk. Gideon was afraid. Samson had long hair and was a woman ugly. Rahab was a prostitute. Jeremiah and Henson were too young. You know, a lot of people say, I can't do anything in their teenagers. I'm too young. It's not so. So not so. Jeremiah and Henson are prime examples. And then I've known many people who were young and started preaching. And I don't think that I was 18. I might have been 18. I think my face on the teacher. That's the type of point. You can be used by God. Look at David. He was young. David had a Messiah with a woman, and he was a murderer. He had a guy killed. And Elijah was suicidal. Isaiah preached while he was naked. Jonah ran from God. So people that's out there that ran from God that kind of take the spirit off of them, go. But if you do, God still can use you. But when you get into God, it's until what He's done in store for you. It's going to be great. Naomi was a widow. Job went bankrupt. You lost everything. Because the devil took everything from Job. But my God gave him more than he had. John the Baptist ate blood. Peter denied Christ. Peter, James, and John last week in the prayer meeting. Martha worried about everything. Mary Magdalene was being possessed. Yes, the same Mary who fell at Jesus' feet and broke the alabaster jar on his feet. Yes, that Mary was being possessed. But that lets us know, we know why that she was worshiping him so much. Because she was demon possessed. Devils had control of her life. And God freed her. Jesus freed her from that. And that's just, she worshipped him with all of her heart, with all of her soul. She was desperate for him. This woman